Well, hey everybody, how's it going? Dylan here, and I know I'm like a couple days late and a lot of dollars short, but I digress. Welcome to the review for July the 10th, 9th. Hold on, I'll have it here. The 10th. There we go. I'm kind of throwing everything together now, so my apologies how frantic this sounds. Real quick, just off the bat. Again, eventually I'll timestamp this, but I just want you to know this week the schedule's going to be a little different. Hopefully next week I can pick it back up. So from this video onward until Saturday, there's not going to be anything uploaded, so don't expect don't expect Rampage or SmackDown review and what have you. But starting Saturday or Sunday, I should have last week's Rampage, SmackDown, all those shows, the former collisions, etc. uploaded, hopefully, maybe. Don't hold me to it, but that's my plan. I'm going to be away from recording area for 3 days, give or take. So that's why they're not getting uploaded. Alright, anyway, enough about me, so let's get into the review real quick. Welcome to Monday Night Raw, everybody. I don't know why I always do that when I need to buy time. Anyway, if you want to know what happened last week, I did a review on that and uploaded it Tuesday, so if you want to check that out, it'll be on the channel, and eventually there'll be a card here to promote it, hopefully. But yeah, if they mention anything from last week, I'm just going to say, hey, that thing happened. So if you want a little bit better context, I have a review up. If you want to watch that, I would appreciate it. This week starts off with, their normal opener. Pumpkin saying hello as Kevin Patrick welcomes us to I think it's called the Key Bank Center in Buffalo, New York. After that, Finn comes out alone, but with a Judgment Day graphics and a remix of his Finn Balor theme, the Judgment Day remix. They show a recap of Money in the Bank, the debacle between him and Priest, and last week's fallout, and the issues with him and Seth that have not stopped this whole time, but also the issues with Judgment Day as a whole and Seth, and what have you. He talks about how it doesn't feel right about what happened at Money in the Bank, and how he feels that Priest cost him the match, so things aren't settled between the two of them. Then the rest of the Judgment Day comes out, except for Priest. Rhea says that they aren't going to talk about what's wrong here in front of people, that they settle their business backstage. And Finn tries to say his piece about it, but Rhea cuts him off and says, no, not here. And kind of calms him down, but also irritates him, so he just storms off and goes to the back. And as he's leaving, Dominic had a little bit of a stare down, what do you want? And Finn just goes on. Then that transitions into the next segment. So for that segment, I'll rate 3 stars. It was a solid performance, and it got the point by. I still hate recaps, and unfortunately that took 5 minutes to get past a recap. Is why this segment seems so short. I think the actual time was 10-15 minutes for this segment, but they had a recap that filled up 3/4 of it. So boo recaps, make them stop. Just make the commentaries team say, hey, this is what happened in case you missed it. I don't know why good old JR is working. Sorry. Yeah, if that was any other group and the recap happened, I'm going to be honest, this probably would have been a lower star ranking, but I'm biased towards the Judgment Day. I digress. Rhea and Dom are in the ring. Thank you, by the way, to whoever it may concern to have intertwining segments. Bonus stars all around. Rhea says that what you saw was Judgment Day business, to not worry about it. And she says Judgment Day still runs Raw and issues open challenge to anyone in the back. And I guess for her, she doesn't specify, but I guess that's the given. And that tonight Dom will destroy Seth Rollins. Dom tries to talk, but each time he does, the crowd just boos him, basically. Then Seth comes out and interrupts him while eating a plate of bone-in wings and a little bit of celery on the side. I swear, sometimes funny segment by the way, I'm not knocking it, but sometimes segments just seem they have a sponsor, like, I don't know, in this one, like, Buffalo Wild Wings, like, hey, if you do something during this segment to promote our food, we'll, like, pay you. It's like, well, they didn't ask for a sponsorship, like a shout out, so here's the plate of food, now give us our money, like something like that. But I think it was just a bit. Dom immediately gets pissed off about it. He's like, no, we're not doing this tonight. Like, he's not taking that disrespect. And Seth just talks to him the whole time and tells him to shut up. And he said that we came here to party, eat buffalo wings, and watch the Judgment Day implode. That was the connection, by the way. Buffalo wings. I didn't make that connection until now. They get into it back and forth verbally until Seth says that Mommy, by the way, Rhea's talking, I do believe. He says that Mommy tonight, he's the only one whooping Dom's ass. I gotta say, that ends the segment that way. And freaking 3.5 stars just called the Seth tonight. And no reaction to it. Like, freaking 10 out of 10 stuff. So then commentary runs down the show. I hate it when they do that. I mean, let me rephrase. I love it from a wrestling standpoint, but I hate it from a viewing standpoint because I'm just like, alright, fast forward. And no, there's a show with Logan Paul on it. I've been so fortunate and so lucky to miss 9 out of 10 of these Logan Paul shows. There's a new rule in play with freaking Logan Paul, by the way, unless it's like a Money in the Bank or something, I just have to watch the match. If there's a Paul involved, skip. That's a skip for me. Anyways, Drew comes out and stabs me with his sword in my suffering from having to hear about Logan freaking Paul. Alright, no. He comes out to the ring for a tag team match with Riddle against Imperium with, Kaiser and Vinci, as I figured out last week, and Gunter's on the outside. Riddle takes some photos with some fans, and we don't have an explosion this week. So, like, what the fuck? Minus a half a star for no continuity, plus, like, one of the things that got him over taken away. 0 out of 10. So we come back, and the Judgment Day, except for Finn, are there. And I think it's a backstage segment. I didn't write that down, sorry. And Priest says that conversation went exactly how he expected it to. And Rhea said basically that she's had enough of both of their shits and tells Priest to talk to Finn. And Priest says that he will do it for Rhea later on tonight. And that mini segment gets like a 3-star. Again, if it was anyone else like 2 stars, it could have like not been on the show, and they could explain what happens later a different way, but it was okay. The performers made it. Alright, let's go to the match now. I will say this, just to reiterate last episode, I'm not going to run down the match, despite me saying let's go to the match. Just give highlights of it, or plus and minus star moments. Plus a half star for freaking Drew and Riddle reacting to Drew pulling off his kilt. I think it was like right before Imperium came out. Drew was like, hey, you want to see it? And Riddle's like, no, bro, no, you can't do that. And he whips it off. He's like, ah. And Riddle's like, It's more funny if you watch it, but you know what I'm saying. Minus a star, though, for commentary talking about the beginning of Imperium, like their theme. What the shit? You don't talk over something that cool. Plus a star for what's her name's announcement. I think Samantha Irving, there we go, is who I meant. My apologies there. Again, I'm getting familiar with the updated announce team, aka the people backstage and the ring announcer. So my apologies for being off. Minus a star though officially for another recap. Bonus points for commentary mentioning Imperium's tag team history and making them look like they have an actual advantage in this fight. Alright, I'm gonna be honest with you, that whole like plus minus was supposed to be like a bit, but I don't have time for bits tonight, so sorry about all that. Anyway, all that bit aside, they have a pretty stellar tag team match, and I appreciate the bigger men going against each other, like Vinci and Drew had like a little back and forth a little bit, and Kaiser and Riddle went against each other, which I think Kaiser was Is he the one that broke Riddle's foot? I don't remember. We'll get to that either next week or like the week after, so I'll remember. But I do appreciate that. And Riddle showed Drew how to do a tag team move. He was like, hey, stand there for a second. And made him hold his feet. And then he did like a flip out of Drew's hands. So that was a cool way to introduce like a new tag team. Not a new move, but like their new tag team. The match ends with Gunther trying to get a distraction from, I think he was trying to distract Drew during a Claymore kick, but it fails, and Drew does a Claymore and pins Vinci. I think what happened was Riddle jumped off the stairs and gave Gunther a knee to like keep him from distracting him. So Vinci gets pinned while Kaiser taps out. So it's like it makes them both look very weak. And the ref does a fast count, by the way. So boo. I get it, they were running out of time, but there's better ways to do it than fast counts. I don't know, honestly, where we're at with all the plus and minuses. That was just a bet this week. I'm going to rate it 3.5 stars. It was a great match. It was only really weird how rushed certain spots felt. Kind of like this whole episode has rushed. But yeah, it's a stellar match as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, it ends with Riddle and Drew standing tall as Gunther yells something at Vinci, and Kaiser's just like, you had to piss him off. He doesn't say that, but like he gives him like the disappointed like, and walks away from him. I beg of them not to break up Imperium like this, or in general. I hope this is just like a way to be like, hey, your punishment is gonna get chopped in the chest by Gunther, because I really love that spot. Plus, also like Imperium's great. Please don't break them up. Anyways, we go backstage. Priest and Finn are arguing about what happened throughout the past couple of weeks, and Rhea says it's enough, because I think they were either supposed to talk over one another or they did, but it wasn't like I didn't hear it, at least, let's put it that way. And so she's like, alright, one person at a time, hear him out. So Priest goes first, and like Finn listens to him and hears him out, and Finn says, alright, we're cool as long as Finn gets set first. Priest agrees to that, and they settle that. Priest types up Finn anyway. He's like, yeah, don't worry about it anyway. I'm sure you can beat him. Besides, even if you can't, keep Finn at the most, because the Judgment Day a little bit. Or she said something like that. I can get it done if I can. Yeah, 3.5 stars. That's pretty good. And then they plug the trial of the bloodline happening and come back from break. Come back, and like always, they pull a fast one. They actually just promote Fastlane. And then they talk about what just happened on Judgment Day will be on NXT, Tuesday, whatever that was, the 11th, I guess. And then they give a recap of the Bloodline story to like tie it in. They show like a recap of what all has happened since Money in the Bank, and I'm not going to count that as a segment or just acknowledge that. Oh, yeah, you take offense to me not acknowledging that? Well, my apologies. Alright, we come back from that ignorance, and I forgot her name. They said her name last week, but I'm just going to call her Nameless Reporter, is interviewing Zayn and Owens. She asks him what's next for him, and then Sammy recaps everybody they've gone against basically since Money in the Bank, I think? And says they've beaten all of the tag teams, so he doesn't really know, basically. And then Judgment Day steps in and it's like, hey, you didn't mention us. But before that, Kevin Owens is on this like, hey, I'm getting angry, don't make me pissed off. Character development, I guess. So, she has something to say. So while that's going on, sorry, my cat just distracted me from what I was saying. Give me like 1 second. So yeah, Kevin is continuing this bit about like, oh, they broke the rule. They came in with that when no one mentioned them. How dare they? Like, he's getting mad about it. And then Sammy's like, hold on, calm down, big guy. Rhea says that's the problem though. They didn't mention the Judgment Day, but they're going to take every title the Judgment Day is. And then my cat used the bathroom while I'm talking, so please forgive the unprofessionalism on my part for leaving this in. I'm going to try to talk over her again. I apologize for this. So Rhea plugged the title match for later. No, it's just a match against Seth Rollins, like a 1v1. It says that Dom worked on cardio in the prison, so he never gets tired. And they walk off, and Sammy and Kevin have one of those, like, guy doesn't get that it's a sex joke, so the other guy, like, whispers in his ear, and he's supposed to be like, oh. I hate those shows. They make me cringe. But it's Sammy and Kevin, so I'm not going to get off any points for that. 3 stars for the segment overall. Alright, so Dom comes back. Dom comes out, keep that in there, and they run back the match between Seth and Dom after commercial, except it's actually a ploy because Dom goes after Seth, and I think he sneak attacks him beforehand. Yeah, as he's doing his intro, Seth is, as he's doing his intro. Yeah, Seth, did you know he's doing his intro? Sorry. As Seth is doing his intro, he gets distracted by Rhea, and Dom sneak attacks him from behind. They have a huge brawl around the arena, and then it breaks out through the crowd, and then comes back around to the timekeeper's area until Finn Balor comes and hits him from behind, and then Priest hits him from behind, but he's also behind Finn. And they just beat the shit out of Finn around the ring until Sammy and Kevin come out, and they have a big old brawl for a second. And this was SmackDown. This is the moment that freaking Teddy Long would come out, because it's going to lead to something later on. So Seth ends up coming in with a chair and just beats up all the baddies, and they go outside of the ring to like retreat. So that's the end of that part of this segment. I'll give it like 3.5 stars. Just to give you a heads up, this is the part where they went over like what Paul and Ricochet have done, and I'm not even gonna. I didn't even watch it, to be honest. Like I said, I'm skipping over anything with the Paul segment. All I know is that due to social media, they redid the like Velveteen Dream Ricochet spot. So 2 stars because of Paul and because they redid a spot. I think Ricochet's putting in some great work from what I've kind of seen of Ricochet. Again, I watch Ricochet's part, but not Logan's. Because that's how much I hate somebody. Oh, by the way, they promote that Judgment Day is going against the champs later on. Alright, come back from commercial, and we get Zoe Stark, I forgot her first name for a second, my apologies, versus Becky Lynch, as advertised last week, for this week. By the way, I think the only women's match of this week, even though Rhea was like, hey, I give an open challenge to anybody, she doesn't get a match. This is my first, viewing of Zoe Stark in the ring. I love her entrance, the music they use. It doesn't fit this character, but it fits her. This also fits in more to my theory that she's not legitimately, Trish's #1 supporter. She's secretly just absorbing the knowledge, and then eventually she's going to betray her when she's in, a title shot or something like that. You know what I mean? But she's crazy in the ring, very athletic, killer look, great finish, awesome entrance. Unfortunately, this match the crowd just wasn't into, or at least they didn't sound like they were invested into. Everybody involved in this did their best, but it feels like this is a feud that just keeps on going on. I'm sorry. Match ends with Starks rolling up Becky after she gets distracted by drop kicking Trish. 3 stars just because of the performers. Otherwise, this would have been 2.5. I'm sorry. After the match, we go backstage where the champs, as I'm going to call the team, of Seth, Kevin, and Sammy for the rest of the show. They're talking, and they come up with a strategy, but it's more like, I'm just going to beat the shit out of them, basically. Something like that, but, PG. I'm going to skip a ranking because it was just a bit more than a segment, so yeah. After that, we get a transition. We transition to commentary where they talk about Cody's segment last week, and they show Cody coming out before we go to commercial. We come back from commercial, and they highlight the main event. Cody comes out the only way my favorite babyface could. He's high-fiving the crowd, giving everybody the hugs and just making sure everybody knows, like, hey, I'm the babyface's babyface. I love this man. He's great at hyping up the crowd and telling a story. The only thing I have to say bad about this segment is, like, the pirate man missed his cue. So he comes out and he asks him, hey, what do you want to talk about? And then after that, he apologizes to people watching because he's going to turn back to the camera real quick just to soak up the crowd. And he comes off as a really humble person in this promo. So, and 10 out of 10 job on this whole promo. I appreciate Cody's art and he delivers his promos because he found a way to circle it and wrap it all back around to how Brock Lesnar is his opponent. He's going after Brock, and why Brock is a threat, because everybody has a Brock Lesnar in their life, whether it's that boss that nags them or that mountain they can't climb, etc. Everybody has a metaphorical Brock. Unfortunately, his is the literal, like, 6 foot something, X amount of pounds beast that he has to go against. He says he wants a rubber match with Lesnar at SummerSlam. This promo is so good. I could listen to him explain wrestling to me for the rest of my life and never get bored. 5 stars. Wait, I don't go that high unless it's like match of the year. So we're gonna do like 4.5 stars. There we go. After that, we go backstage to Drew and Riddle talking to Byron Saxton about how Imperium, how they whipped him, and how Riddle's gonna get some good for next week. Drew said, like, hey, I'm going to be doing some PR for the WWE, maybe you should hold off on that. And he said it's okay because we talked to Adam Pearce already and got the rest of Imperium banned from ringside. I bet somehow they'll still, like, come out and attack Riddle, maybe focus on that injured foot somehow, I don't know. Anyway, after that they said let's get some brews. Alright, cool. Basically same promo as last week, but it, like, talked about the match, so 3.5 stars. We then go to our main event. So when we come back, they actually plug a commercial break. Haha, that's right, they always get you with a freaking commercial break for Fastlane at Detroit again, and that Brock's going to be at the Raw next week in Georgia. Judgment Day looks like $1 million. Like always, they look like the future of this company, and I'm loving just watching them all wrestle, man. Match is a fun match. It breaks into a brawl at one point at ringside. I love it. The only complaint I have with this match slightly is that the refs not following the rules, but I'm willing to ignore that. You know, it's just a fun match. It ends with the Judgment Day. They win after Rhea distracts Sammy by grabbing his leg, and Priest chokeslams him, and then Finn hits the coup de grace, Finn hits the legal man, gets the pinfall, and the fake break. 3.5 stars. I don't know if I said it last week or not, but I'm going to try to rate the overall episode of whatever show I'm watching. I said SmackDown. That shows whatever it is. So for this week and last week, just to keep it simple, I'm going to give both of them 3.5 stars. They were great shows in comparison to what I stopped watching, basically. And the way this week ended made me want to tune in next week to see what'll happen. Thank y'all for watching. I do appreciate it. I'm sorry I'm rushing this video, but I got it done. Hey, look at me. Round of applause. Clap, clap. I'll see y'all, like I said, Saturday. If I'm not back on here Saturday, it'll be Sunday. So if I'm not back then, just expect at the very worst a Raw review on Monday for 3 weeks ago. I think 3 weeks ago. The 26th, I believe. Anyway, I'll see y'all.